Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy. And we're out finishing a project today in the Kennesaw area. And this just kind of is to reinforce what we go through on these jobs. We get customers all the time where a lot of times we're not breaking out ladders to do these estimates. So we bid what we see from the ground. And so from the ground, we saw that this brick mold right here was rotted. And now on the camera, you can see how badly it's rotted. And so you can see my brothers come in here and made an angle cut on the trim, and we'll replace this. The inside frame piece is rotted. You can see where he's come in here with our fine cut saw and actually hand cut out. That's the windowsill, and I'll show you that piece in a minute. And the nose was rotted all the way across, which we guessed in our bid. So when we get into these jobs, we'll do some incidentals. When we get into stuff like this where the frame is rotted, and so this inside frame should have been a 4-inch piece all the way across and sealed, and it's not. It's just a piece of 1x2. And so any water gets behind here is getting into the frame of the house as well. And you can see how the brick veneer, there's a gap between. So once you get water in there, it drops down to the first level, and then you've got termites. So he's got a bunch of extra work to do here. We can't always catch these things from the ground, so we don't nickel and dime people. But when you look at what's been going on here, a lot of this is caulk. See through here? See all the voids and pits in the caulk? If you use cheap caulk and it's up against this brick, see all the pits and voids all the way up through there? That's the problem. So when you hire these cheap painters that come out here and they paint a house for $2,000, they're not doing any prep. They're not caulking the window sash. You see right here, it's never been caulked. And when you wipe your finger back and it comes back the color of the paint, you know it's time to repaint. You can see how rough this window is. So it's all just now starting to rot out. So if this customer takes the time and comes back and properly caulks and repaints, he won't have to replace a bunch of these windows. But if he doesn't, the next year, these windows are starting to rot. See right here? Never been caulked. You see the vertical splices, the slits in the wood? That's because water's wicking in this gap right here and starting to rot out the sash. We make those repairs every day, but they're expensive. It's cheaper to do the repair than it is to buy a whole new window and install it. But you get in these kind of repairs, we're the only company I know of that'll come out here and angle cut sashes and sills and back prime everything and seal it up so it won't rot again. But we've been doing this for so many years, and people try to imitate us, but there's really only one genuine Handy Andy. You know, and this is the stuff that you're paying for. See the gap right here? Can you see where my finger's sliding behind this? This caulk hasn't been decent in probably 5 or 6 years. So he's got 5 or 6 years worth of water that all seeped in around in this area. It takes a lot of water to cause that much dry rot. So use good materials and take care, and realize that when we're in a job, we're probably almost always going to find extra things because my crews are out on ladders. These guys are craftsmen. We got guys on our crew that have 30 and 40 years of experience. So we're no joke. We're not just hiring people off the street. And a lot of these guys that come here, they're coming here to join a company where they're an owner. They don't just work here. So just realize what you're hiring. Every once in a while, we'll get somebody that wants to give us a bad review because they didn't understand the process or they didn't have the money to pay us or whatever it might be. If you want quality, you have to pay for it. But we're not here to nickel and dime. But when you see stuff like this, you start to understand it. We're like a surgeon. You may appear healthy, we crack your chest. We have no idea what's going on inside of you, just like that window. But now that we're here, the assurance you have with Handy Andy is that we'll fix it right, and you won't have to deal with it again. So do things right the first time. You can see a little bit better now here. My guys have gotten up on the ladders and poked at this. This is Nietzsche siding. And you can see all the crumbling. And again, I tell you guys, if Nietzsche siding is installed in areas that are prone to water, like here, where this roof is up close against the house, and the gutters were clogged, so I came out and cleared those the other day for them, your siding will delaminate. Most of the siding on this house is in great shape. If you move up the face of this wall, all the siding's in great shape. The only areas you have trouble is where water's been pooling on this side wall. On either side of this front entry, it's messed up all of his siding, and there's stuff on the back of the house as well. But we've been out here for 25 years in Metro Atlanta. There's nobody doing stuff the way we do it. Our only real negative is you can't get us on the phone. So if you can't be patient, well, then you can't have us, I guess. But look for these things on your house. And same thing here. You can see this front window here. I didn't catch this in the first go-round. His lower sash on this Palladium window, the arch window right here, is rotted all the way around. See that base? See it's all curved up in there? So these are the things we deal with. But the good thing is we can break it up into a budget and come back and do it later on. Like I said, we've been here 25 years. To see that truck, you can wave at us. 770-912-2829. I'm Andy. Bye for now.